Hey, good morning, Facebook family, and in particular, Shining Light Baptist Church family. Just wanted to thank you for tuning in to Light for the Day on this Saturday morning. And the thought I want to share with you was actually inspired by the question that Brother Kevin has been putting up on Fridays, life questions. And the question this past Friday was, what was your favorite verse? Well, I love Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. It's just so powerful, and it was my mom's favorite verse, and so it has special meaning to me. But the verse I want to share with you this morning is actually from Philippians chapter 2, and this is my life's verse. Verse 16 says, holding forth the word of life, that I may rejoice in the day of Christ, that I have not run in vain, neither labored in vain. And just break this down real quick. The Bible is the most important book you will ever read. It tells us of Jesus. It tells us of eternal life. The Bible is the supreme book. It is an eternal book. It cannot be destroyed. People have tried to change it, especially for English-speaking people. But the old book, the old King James Bible, holding forth the word of life, it is the words that give us and show us the way of eternal life. And I want to hold this book forth. This was the challenge that God gave me when I chose this for my life's verse. There's a lot of watered down preaching. There's a lot of spineless preaching. And I'm just trying to be frank and transparent. I don't want to be that kind of preacher. I want to preach the Bible as it is. I want to preach it in its entirety. And I want to hold it forth by the grace of God and with His help. Because one day I'm going to stand before God, and one day you're going to stand before God. And when we stand before God, before eternity begins, we're going to stand as Christians now at the judgment seat of Christ. And I believe there's going to be some tears shed at the judgment seat of Christ. And I don't want to shed tears at the judgment seat of Christ. And I know that I probably will, as will all believers, but I want to rejoice in the day of Christ. I want to be able to bow the knee before my Lord and Him say, you've preached the Bible faithfully. Well done, thou good and faithful servant. Because I realize that Christianity is not popular. It's getting less popular. We go against the globalists of our day. We don't believe in global warming. We don't believe in a lot of things that the world's trying to push on us. We don't believe that abortion is women's health care. And I could go on and on and on with a lot of hot topics. But I realize that though I may be on the minority side of things, I want to rejoice in the day of Christ, because I know that my run is not in vain. And I know that my labor is not in vain. Though it may feel like we're up against an enormous adversary, and our adversary is enormous. My job is not to be popular. It's not to make a lot of money. My objective in life as a preacher and as a man of God and as a husband and as a father is to hold forth the word of life, so that when I stand before Jesus, I can rejoice, because I know that I've not run in vain, neither labored in vain. And I hope that be a good challenge to you. And that's light for the day. God bless you.